Okay, this video is just a quick instruction video on how to read, understand and use your complete training program that you'll receive as part of your private or online coaching. You'll see along the bottom here that there's a series of tabs, each which has its own information within based on different phases of your program, different goals, whether it be strength training, cardiovascular conditioning type training. There's also a couple of tools. This first tab here is basically the annual plan. Now you don't need to concern yourself too much with this. This is more an overview of your training program over a 3, 6, 9, 12-month period. As you can see along the top here, there's just a series of dates. So we've got the annual program, whether it be the year. We've got mesocycles. Mesocycles are typically 4-week periods, and then we've got microcycles here, or weeks, along the top. Other information held within this tab is the aim of the program, so whether it's a general preparation, whether it's specific preparation, whether it be time period during a competition. We've got the intensity based on your percentage of your repetition maximum. We've got volume, in other words sets and reps. We've got that information detailed in a little bit more here, as well as again goals. So highlighted here for a period of time, the goal of this training program itself is maximum strength development, and later on moving on to strength speed, as you can see here. But as I said, do not concern yourself with this tab too much. This is more for my use, to plan with the long term in mind. The next tab along the bottom is essentially going to be your training program itself. So in this instance, it's mesocycle 3, or in other words, program 3 for this individual. You'll obviously start with mesocycle 1. This is what your strength training program is going to look like. So along the left hand side in these rows here, we've got individual sessions for this week. So as we can see, week 1 identified here as progression week, session 1, session 2 and session 3. There may be more sessions depending on your training frequency and various factors, but this program is just highlighting 3 individual training sessions. As you can see, with each individual training session here, we've just got 4 different exercises, and the columns going from top to bottom here identify the intensity at which the exercises are to be performed. When I talk about intensity, I'm talking about the percentage of a 1 repetition maximum. That is the heaviest load you can lift for 1 repetition. The information within this section here is basically detailing what you're going to do within the session itself. So in black, we've got number of sets times number of reps, and in red we've got the weight lifted in kilograms. The area here, because they're not highlighted in bold, is seen as your warm-up sets, and the area here, i.e. above 80% of your max, is in bold because these are seen as your working sets. So if we look at the first exercise of session 1 in particular, the hang clean, looking across this row, we can see that the first set is a warm-up set, and that's 1 set of 3 repetitions at 65%. We then do 3 repetitions at 70%, 3 repetitions at 75%, and then our first working set is 3 repetitions at 80, until we move on to 3 sets of 3 repetitions at 85% of our max. Now the next thing we need to work out is essentially what weight we're going to lift, and to do that we need to calculate or test your 1 repetition maximum. If you know your 1 repetition maximum, then great. If not, you can calculate it quite easily. You can do so by going to the right and clicking on the tab called the intensity calculator. Now, pretty easy to use. There are instructions along the top here, but all you need to do, if you know that you could squat, let's say 100 kilos for 5 repetitions, you're just going to come to this column here, as it identifies 4 to 5 repetitions there. You enter the value in this white box, so I'll put in 100 kilograms there, and that will tell me that my estimated 1 repetition maximum is 111.1 kilos. On the other hand, if you know that you can squat 90 kilograms for 8 to 10 reps, let's say, enter 90 kilograms in this column, and that will explain that will calculate your estimated one repetition max as 112.5. So once you've got this value here, you can then enter it into your training program. So let's say this individual's one repetition maximum for the back squat is 112.5 kilograms. We come back to this tab here and enter 112.5 in this box here. You can see in red it's calculated the weight that should be lifted for that session. So this individual is going to perform one set of 5 reps as their first work-in set at 90 kilos, and then they're going to do 3 sets of 5 of 96 kilograms, which is essentially their 85%. If we scroll down, you can see that week 2 is here. As it says here, week 2 is a progression week. Scroll down again, week 3 is an impact week. So in this case, the intensity or maximum intensity now that's going to be lifted during this week is going to be 90% as detailed by this column here. And if we scroll down again, we've finally got week 4, which is here a recuperation week. So again, intensity is kept at 90, but there's a lot less sets and reps, as you can see there. So that's how your strength training program is going to be laid out. The other tab to the right here is the training log, which is basically exactly the same program, just explained in a different way. You see here that session A says the exact same exercises as previous. Just click back onto this training program here. We've got hand clean, clean first pull, back squat, Romanian deadlift. Again, hand clean, clean first pull, back squat, Romanian deadlift. We've got the same intensity, the same sets, same reps as identified in the other tab, only this time you're told the rest periods in between each set. You're going to use this document to take it to the gym with you and use it as a training log. Within this white setup here, you're going to use this to record your weight lifted and repetitions performed. You'll do this session by session, and over a period of time you'll be able to track your progress and ultimately see an improvement in your strength endurance development. Again, if you scroll down this document, you can see that we've got week 1, week 2, and so on. The next tab here, classed as the conditioning tab, may or may not be completed, depends on the training phase you're within or your goal. But this will be where I identify any conditioning tools such as sprints, any plyometric sessions, so on and so forth. Pretty self-explanatory really, but the work in seconds or distance will be identified within these columns, and then the rest that you'll have within or in between each set will be identified here. We've already explained the intensity calculator, and the final tab of the training program is basically going to be a way of monitoring your performance. So there's a series of exercises down the left hand side of this document, as well as dates going across the top. If you want to, you can zoom in. Let's use back squat for example. If you know what your back squat 3 repetition maximum or 5 repetition maximum is, then you can record it along here. Over a period of time you'll collect a series of data. You'll be able to track your progress, hopefully see that the numbers are going up, and all of that will be illustrated on this graph underneath. As a quick recap then, all you really need to focus on is the strength program document or tab and the training log tab. As said, both of these are completely replicas of each other, just in a different layout. The strength program tab that you can see here is the main one that you need to focus on really, because this will tell you the number of sets and repetitions that you ought to perform with what weight. All of it will literally just be recorded within the training log here, which you can print out, take to the gym with you, and keep a track of your progress. If you've got any questions, then don't hesitate to send me an email, give me a call, or send me a text. I'll be more than happy to record a separate video if you've got any other things that you need me to talk about or explain.